Spoilers for the first season. Sup, weebs? Yeah, I'm Fhisy, and Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is most likely anime of the year. It's about this dude who's lived a horrible life, but then he dies and turns into a devil, and then his life gets better. You've probably heard about it because it's only the most talked about anime of last year, this year, and probably next year. And this anime supposedly portrays a super serious, amazingly elaborate, intuitive tone. Or does it? And out of the few episodes I've watched, I can see a comedy anime in disguise. So it really confused me when I couldn't find the comedy tag anywhere. From the amazing 2D animation to the overused 3D animation. From the story's plot points to the characters' designs and to the author himself. So today I take a deeper dive into the anime and try to get you to look at the real bigger picture of Chainsaw Man. And maybe make you laugh just like how the anime made me laugh. So Chainsaw Man, basically the plot is, this teenage guy, Denji, is robbed of a normal life. He dreams of living a normal life, maybe touching a few ladies while he's at it, but this is all only a dream until he dies. So that Denji could fulfill his dreams, his pet chainsaw merges with him and gives him another shot at life. And then this woman finds him, and now he lives as a devil hunter, yada yada. But why did I tell you this, you may ask? I put a spoiler alert at the beginning of the video, meaning that you should already know this. Well, I said this because already within the synopsis, we can see a bit of the creator's insane comedy poking out. Denji's whole dream is to live a normal teenager's life, which would be normal as a plot if he didn't go about it in such a weird way. The main things about his dream that he focuses on are the normal, abnormal stuff. Also, in the complete wrong order. In the second episode, we hear about his first life's purpose, which is touching boobs. A valid goal, I must say. I've had that one myself. Not to this extent, but I've had it. But the goals after that are a little out of order. After he successfully fondles boobs, he then wants a kiss? And then after he wants to do what? I kinda feel like some of these should be switched around. Usually you should want your first kiss before dedicating your life to boob grabbing, but hey, what do I know? And the fact that this is the driving force of the anime in general is wild. Not even the most diabolical ecchis make their main plot this. And this is supposedly the anime that will replace one of the big three? I'm not sure I want this to be the face of anime. But never mind that. Every single one of the characters has some sort of comedic trait about them. Denji's purpose for living, Power's literal insane mind, Aki and Himeno's subplot, even Makima has had a few moments. Power. I think that's all I need to say to get my point across. Power is a demonic fiend, and I don't think that it's a stretch to say that she's insane. Power is just an entertaining character, and when mixed with Denji, it's perfect. She's insane, she overkills demons, she laughs at the wrong moments, she acts like a child, and she just does so much stuff for no reason. The only explanation we have is that she lived as a wild animal for years. I didn't know that eating raw animals and drinking pond water makes you want to wear breast pads, but it's quite literally the only explanation we have. Like, why? The f***? Is there some sort of character development surrounding the breast pads? The fact that people were paid to animate, then voice the scene, tells you what type of batshit insane stuff happens with this character. Aki and Himeno, the most normal insane people of this show. Aki and Himeno are human devil hunters. They both have the power to summon devils, and that's mainly how they fight. And the backstory of these two was made funny for no reason. For why? Before I started Chainsaw Man, I originally saw this clip in an Instagram reel. Yes, I watch Instagram reels instead of TikToks. Fight me. I didn't know what anime it was from, and I wanted to know, so I looked at the comments, and they were all saying it was from Chainsaw Man. And all I could think was, what? They made Aki's tragic backstory into a gag, and they know what they were doing. They wanted us to laugh at a little kid's entire family dying, and I think that's beautiful. Himeno, I think her character is well written, except for the fact that she shortens Aki's life by a few years, and then gives her life so that he can live longer, but otherwise pretty good. I think Himeno's best scene is where she kisses Denji and pukes in his mouth. And also, I gotta say, no matter how much hentai censoring you do, you can't make me like this. This made me realize just how many kinks are in the show. Makima's whole character is a Dami mommy. They like referring to Denji as a pet dog. And then this. And they described it in great detail too, with great lines such as, "It's melting in my mouth." I didn't need to know that. The immersion of this anime is real, cause I just about tasted the puke myself with how well they described it. It's soft. It melts in my mouth. That's not a tongue. Stop! Kobeni, the character who would have been a better fit for a horror movie because... Everybody hated Kobeni in the first few episodes because she was a crybaby, and I did too. But after she turned up in episode 9, everyone saw that, okay, this girl's a badass. But I saw potential. Unlike other anime that have tried this character style, Chainsaw Man does it well. She's not a main character, so you don't have to hear her cry every single episode. And when she's in badass mode, she's still a character and not a gag. And based off the first season, there's so much that can be done with her character. And I'm actually interested to see where she goes. Knowing this, I can enjoy the times where she's a crybaby a tad bit. A tad bit because she's still annoying AF, don't get me wrong. That's enough of talking about the characters because, well, personally, I don't want to go back. But there's other comedic things to talk about, like the opening. At first, I thought this opening was cool and unique, with all its CGI and amazing music. I thought it was a unique take on anime openings, and I still think it is. But that doesn't change the fact that it's just plagiarism. Before I knew any better, I thought this was a deep OP with a lot of meaning and cool moments from the show. Videos breaking down the opening were recommended to me, so I thought, oh, it must be deep, but it's not. Well, most of it anyway. Half of the opening is just references to a bunch of different movies and other anime stuff. Like, nothing close to this is gonna happen. They wanted it just because. And it's not just the opening that's crazy, it's the multiple endings as well. I think it's very cool to have multiple endings, even if it is a new one each episode. And if I'm being honest, more work for the animators when I'm just gonna skip it. But still cool. Ending 3 is demonic LSD. Ending 4 is a literal jump scare. Ending 5 is Katy Perry, Roman art, and what? And ending 7 is a 90s video game, which was actually pretty cool until it wasn't. Whatever the author is taking to come up with these things, keep taking it because we get some cool animation and some funny moments like this. Tatsuki Fujimoto, the man behind the insanity that is Chainsaw Man. Tatsuki is one of the more creative mangakas of our time. His other works are cool and all, but let's be honest, just watch Giga talk about them, I don't really care that much. But I want to talk about some other things he's done, like impersonating his imaginary little sister on Twitter. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, because of Elon Musk's new regime, his little sister account got taken down. But while it was up, he would act as an 8-year-old girl and usually talked about food and himself. But after he got banned, he actually had to make an account for himself. Then he had to prove that he was the real Tatsuki Fujimoto. Trying to get the internet to believe him, he made some banger tweets such as, "I really am Fujimoto Tatsuki. Believe please. Thank you." He had to release sketches of the Chainsaw Man manga to prove it was him. But that's not the only crazy story I have about Tatsuki. Once he was raising a fish with his girlfriend, but then it died. So because it died, he went to go bury it in a park, but the soil was too hard. So what does he do? He just leaves it on the f***ing ground. He don't give two shits. But then, some ants roll up and start carrying the fish's corpse. This in turn makes Tatsuki feel bad. You won't believe what he does next. No, like seriously. In response to the ants picking up his dead fish's corpse, he picks up the fish, wipes the ants off, and eats it. Yeah. He just eats it. Raw, dead, dirt antfish in his stomach. Actually made him sick. Just like his mangas and characters, the author is insane. But coming back to the characters, we gotta talk about the main character, Denji. It's arguable that Tatsuki has inserted himself into Denji in some ways. Because just like the author, Denji is batshit insane. Going so far to fondle some titties that he literally puts his life and his mental state on the line. Like, what the f is a dream battle? While watching this fight, all I could think about were Chunibyo characters, and how tasty they made those udders look. Another thing I find insane is Denji's kinks. This dude is okay with being a pet dog and wants this woman to dominate him. I can agree with one of those, but I don't like barking. You could say, oh, that's just what he has to do to live his normal life dream. But that's not normal. One thing I can give him credit for is his dialogue. Both in the sub and dub, Denji talks like a normal teenage guy.
A testicle devil appeared and went apeshit on his nutsack, ma'am. Wow, 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 wow. I really want to touch her boobs.
She's mine now!
Give me my super toast back! Shit on a stick!
I think the dub and sub should be added to reasons why Chainsaw Man is a comedy. Overall, I think Chainsaw Man is a comedy, and maybe even an ecchi. There's a lot of evidence, so much evidence that you just listen to a 10-minute breakdown of all the evidence. And there's still more. If you don't agree, that makes a lot of sense. The only funny thing about episode 8 was Himeno being drunk and everyone dying. But I think that the comedy in this anime should at least be mentioned, taken into account if you would. Showing that Chainsaw Man is an anime that can focus on telling a story while still being funny, and others should follow its example. That's all. Like and subscribe if you agree or disagree. Now, I'm gonna go impersonate my imaginary girlfriend on Twitter. I hope she lets me fondle her boobies. I'm genuinely confused on why there's no comedy or at least ecchi tag for this anime. The main character's life purpose is to literally grab boobs, and they animated it!